I am a pretty depressed individual, and the smallest things can really set off an episode. Depression isn't something that you can turn on and off like a light switch, obviously. But most of the time, at least in my experience, there's a period of time when it's not so bad and things are kind of okay. But man, when it gets bad, it can get really bad. Let me give you an example of when things tend to get really bad for my brain. In case it wasn't already obvious, I'm someone who works on the internet. At least 1,000 people are seeing my face twice a week. At least. And in between those 2 days, there are however many people watching me. So people are watching me a lot. Now there's a Facebook page that was seeing my face about twice a month. My job description at this company's page was to send in 2 videos a month. The YouTube community and Facebook community are very different, okay? At least in a certain community that I am a part of. And for the last year that this community has been seeing my face on that Facebook page, oh boy. Needless to say, these people are ruthless. I can't do anything to please them. They want me to do a video this way, and when I do it, they don't like it. But if I don't do what they want, they don't like that either. It's a lose-lose situation either way. Or maybe they have some other things to say because they think they're so smart and that they know more about who I am and what my life is like than I do. You know, the person who actually lives my life. And they think they know more about the people that I work with or I'm in the same field with, even though they don't. But I do. But oh, that doesn't stop them from typing furiously on their little keyboard. And then I read these comments, and even though I know that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, my brain shuts down. My brain suddenly does a 180, and it's like it turned into a little puppy or kitten, and it got kicked repeatedly. It's sad. It really is. I start freaking out. I think the entire world is against me, that everyone hates me, and blah blah blah. There's also nonsense that gets written under the articles about me on websites. There's a couple comments all in caps lock and exclamation points from people who must be mind readers or can see into the past, present, and future and know what's going on. The really funny thing is that it's not even that many comments usually, I think. I don't really like to check and count, but when I do happen to see this go down, it's like a few. Definitely not as much as the good that I normally see. Or maybe I'm sheltering myself, who knows. I'm a wuss. And it's silly. I know that it's silly, people, trust me. I know that it's the internet and everyone has something to say and it comes with the territory. And yes, I actually know what the First Amendment is. I'm not so ignorant to that. But this brain, this chemically messed up brain does not care. But also, for the record, there is a difference between criticism and slander, okay? Moving on. And you know what? This crap can take me down for days. Anywhere from one night to one day to multiple days. All motivation gets thrown out the window and I hate it. It annoys and frustrates me. It's something that I try to work on every day, and I try to remember what my friends like Megan Tonjes would do. That woman just does not give a flying F. I want to be like her. There's other stuff involving the internet that has more to do with myself and my life rather than other people. For example, if a video doesn't do well or if I'm not invited to such and such event, a talk, or when I don't get a work thing, etc., that tends to easily bring me down. Of course, that's life, it's reality. I know that. But that doesn't make me not sad about it. Of course, there's a difference between being a little bummed out about it, which I like to think is normal, and just shutting down completely. But again, chemically messed up brain that doesn't always know the difference. And then sometimes it's other stuff. Stuff that's more personal and private and deals with people in my regular everyday life, which in actuality is worse than what occurs on the internet. Although the stuff that occurs in my everyday private life tends to bring out more anger, which is something that I'll get to in the video that I'm going to make about my anger issues. But that also has depression mixed into it, and I can be in my bed for a while and not want to get out of it. To those of you who don't have depression, you probably won't understand a thing I'm saying. It's not something that you can relate to, and that's okay. I don't expect you to relate to it or understand it. To those of you who do have depression, you probably get it. Of course, everyone's different. What I experienced, you might not experience, and vice versa. I have good days, I have okay days, I have not so great days, and I have some really, really bad days. Everything and every day is a work in progress, and sometimes it's a one step forward, but then one step backward and then one step forward again type of thing. It's not something that I particularly enjoy going through, no, but it's something that I just can't turn on and off like a light switch. If you want to follow me on all my social media, links that will be down below. If you want to support my content, you can do so by being a monthly patron on Patreon, or you can leave tips on Ko-fi. Both links will be down below. I upload every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you later. Bye.